We might get started, guys. Welcome and thanks for coming to the final Dynamics 365 user group for 2017. Really pleased that you can come here this morning and take a bit of time out of your week. We've got a really exciting session today. First we'll kick off with Microsoft Flow and Logic apps presented by Sam Fernando of ASG, and then shortly after that we'll introduce Toby Evans from SA Water to talk about the My SA Water and the experience they've gone through there. So just a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. This is the user group committee for 2017. So you may see some of these people back next year, but I really highly recommend, if you're interested in Dynamics, even if you don't, you're not a partner, you're a customer, definitely get a nomination in. It's a very rewarding committee to be on, and just get in touch with one of the committee members, myself, or just make a posting on the meetup site. So with that, if you in case of evacuation, if you hear the beep beep, please be alert. If you hear the whoop whoop, that means it's time to evacuate the building. Please don't use the lifts. There are stairs that are located on the far side of this building, and the evacuation point is just behind this building on Flinders Street. If you don't know where you're going, you can follow the markers. With that, I'll hand over to Marcus for his Microsoft update.
Good.
Thanks.
Morning, everyone. My name's Marcus. I'm CEO. I'm the Microsoft guy here. I'm the partner guy. For those of you that haven't been before, I normally give a quick update on what's happening in Microsoft, completely unrelated to Dynamics. And for those of you that do know me, I normally sort of work out what I'm going to talk about 5 minutes before I actually stand up here. I gave a presentation recently on culture and how culture is really important for impacting digital transformation or business transformation. And as I was going through it and looking at Microsoft mission statement, which is to empower every person and an organisation on the planet to achieve more, I sort of went, well, is that actually real? Like, outside of us selling heaps of stuff to you guys, and we are going to sell heaps of stuff to you, and continue to make billions of dollars in profit, take over the world, and bots will automate most of us.
But besides that,
aside from that, there's some really good stuff that Microsoft does, and I thought I'd just show it. When we talk about diversity and inclusion within our organisation, it's not just about employing more women in the workforce, or having different cultural representation within our workforce. There's a lot of different areas to it, and this is something that I'll just put on a quick little video because I like to show stuff on how diversity and inclusion is actually empowering people to achieve more in the workplace. This is pretty cool. I'm hoping this is going to work. Oh, hang on. All right, let's do this. Technology is not one of my strong points. Bear with me. That, and then that. Hoping the audio works.
I'm Saqib Sheikh. I lost my sight when I was 7, and shortly after that I went to a school for the blind, and that's where it was introduced to talking computers, and that really opened up a whole new world of opportunities. I joined Microsoft 10 years ago as a software engineer. I love making things which improve people's lives, and one of the things I've always dreamt of since I was at university was this idea of something that could tell you at any moment what's going on around you.
I think it's a man jumping in the air doing a trick on a skateboard.
I teamed up with like-minded engineers to make an app which lets you know who and what is around you. It's based on top of the Microsoft Intelligence APIs, which makes it so much easier to make this kind of thing. The app runs on smartphones, but also on the Pivot Head smart glasses. When you're talking to a bigger group, sometimes you can talk and there's no response, and you think, is everyone listening really well, or are they half asleep? And you never know.
I see two faces. 40-year-old man with a beard looking surprised. 20-year-old woman looking happy.
The app can describe the general age and gender of the people around me and what their emotions are, which is incredible. One of the things that's most useful about the app is the ability to read out text.
Hello, good afternoon. Here's your menu.
Great, thank you. I can use the app on my phone to take a picture of the menu, and it's going to guide me on how to take that correct photo.
Move camera to the bottom right and away from the document.
And then it'll recognize the text. Read me the headings.
I see appetizers, salads, paninis, pizzas, pastas.
Years ago, this was science fiction. I never thought it would be something that you could actually do. But artificial intelligence is improving at an ever faster rate. And I'm really excited to see where we can take this. As engineers, we're always standing on the shoulders of giants, building on top of what went before. And in this case, we've taken years of research from Microsoft Research to pull this off.
I think it's a young girl throwing an orange frisbee in the park.
For me, it's about taking that far-off dream and building it one step at a time. I think this is just the beginning.
Pretty cool, huh? And I don't know what YouTube's like. How do you stop that? Puts another slant on. I'll start watching the Netflix. You know, I'm really into growing my brain and everything. I started watching the Netflix Marvel show Daredevil. So slightly different slant on that, but that's pretty good. That's pretty good technology. No one really got that.
We're just trying to work out the connection, right?
Yeah.
It's blind. Yeah. That's it.
And you can fly.
Clean crew.
What's that about making your
Really
brain?
like this shade of red, by the way. Anyway, that's it from me. Thought it was pretty cool. Completely unrelated, but good.
Thanks for that. And if anyone wants to see that app after the show, I've got it loaded on my mobile. It's quite interesting, actually. Yep. All right. With that, I'll hand over to the main show, which is Microsoft Flow and Azure Logic Apps by Sam. Thanks, buddy.